Hey goodies, welcome back to my channel. If you're anything like me, you've been fighting the urge to snack on things that you shouldn't be snacking on. So I decided to share my top 3 favorite keto low carb snacks that you can enjoy guilt-free, and they're really easy to make. So join me as I make them. My first recipe is going to be my Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Shuffle. It tastes so good. Trust me, guys. So far I've added 1.5 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, and now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sweetener. I use Swerve. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of coconut flour. To that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder. This is totally optional, but I decided to add some cake batter extract just to up the flavor. I put about half a teaspoon of that. But this you definitely want to add. This is vanilla extract, and I use this Mexican Molino blend. It is delicious. So I use about a teaspoon of that. And now I'm going to add some coffee to give it a dark chocolate flavor. If you don't like dark chocolate, don't add the coffee. So now we're going to mix this all up until everything is evenly incorporated. But first, I'm going to add my heavy cream that I forgot to add. That was about a tablespoon of heavy cream. And I'm going to continue to mix this all up until I get to this consistency right here. It's almost like a pancake batter consistency. And it's going to give us the perfect chocolate shuffles. So I'm going to spray my mini waffle maker with some coconut oil spray. That's optional too, but I just like using it. And then I'm going to use my ice cream scoop to get the right amount of batter to give me my first shuffle. This ice cream scoop, no matter what batter I make, whether it be egg and cheese, whatever, it always gives me the perfect amount for the waffle maker. So if you're interested in getting it, I'm going to leave a link below, and trust me, you won't be disappointed. So here you can see my first shuffle came out perfectly, and guys, my house smells so good. You won't even understand. The temptation to just eat it like that was real, but I waited. So let's go on now to make our cream filling, our peanut butter cream filling. So I use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, a tablespoon of heavy cream, and 2 teaspoons of powdered sweetener. Again, I use Swerve, and then I mixed it all up. Just make sure you keep on mixing until you get to like a fluffy, almost like a marshmallowy consistency. I added a little bit more heavy cream because it was getting a little difficult to mix, and then I got to that fluffy consistency. And now we're going to get our last shuffle. We made this one just like how we made the first one, same amount of batter. And now we're going to build our Reese's Peanut Butter Cup shuffle. Oh my gosh, guys. You have to try this. So I put the fluff on top of the first shuffle and just evenly spread it out so that each bite will have the same amount of fluff. And then I'm going to put my second shuffle on top of that. And guys, there you have it. Deliciousness on a plate, and it's perfect for snacking. And I added a little bit of whipped cream just to make it cute, and it was so yummy. Now we're going to make my next favorite keto snack, which are Jolly Rancher gummies. And yes, I know it's dirty keto. It's not using the best keto sweeteners, but it works for me and I like it. I said I know it's dirty keto and I like it, okay? So far we've added 1 cup of water and 2 packets of the sugar-free Jolly Rancher packets. I got those from Walmart. You can also get them from Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to add 2 packets of unflavored gelatin to this mix, and please note that the fire is not on yet. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of citric acid. This is what's going to make our gummies sour. I ordered this on Amazon and it came so quick. I'll leave the link below if you're interested in purchasing it and you don't know where to get it. Now we're going to mix this all up, and you can see I did not have the fire on before this point because I needed to get everything properly incorporated. And you want to do that for about a minute or 2, and then you turn on the fire and then let it come to a slight bubble, and then you turn it off. Now we're going to use another ice cream scoop. Yeah, I love ice cream scoops, but I'm going to use that to fill up these cupcake molds that I have here. This is a mini cupcake mold, and I believe I got it from Burlington or Ross, but I'll leave a link below for a similar product if you don't have anything similar to that. Or you can probably use a cupcake pan, anything circular or anything that can make a mold. Now we're going to make our green apple flavored gummies, and I'm going to use a cup of water again. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 packets of our sugar-free Jolly Rancher flavors. Like I said, I got them from Walmart, but you can get them from Dollar Tree. And this time I'm going to use 3 unflavored gelatin packets because I want to show you the difference in the texture that the gelatin packets give you if you use 2 instead of 3. And I'm going to add again a teaspoon of citric acid to make them sour gummies. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up without the fire. And I'm going to mix that for about a minute or 2 until it's all incorporated. Bring it to a slight boil and then add them to my cupcake molds again and using the ice cream scoop. And I'm going to fill them all up and then add them to the fridge so that they can firm up. I did it for about an hour. You can do it for longer. I just couldn't wait because I really wanted my gummies. But the longer you have them in there, the more they take their form. And that's how they looked after they came out of the fridge. And now we're going to take them out. And I'm going to show you the difference in the texture in the ones that have 2 gelatin packets as opposed to 3. So now we're going to take out our gummies. I'm popping out the red one first, and you can see that it was a little harder to come out. Some of it stuck to the side, and that only had 2 packets of gelatin. But the green one that had 3 packets of gelatin, those are more firm and gummy-like. So if you prefer a softer gummy, use 2 packets of gelatin. But if you like a firmer gummy, use 3 packets of gelatin. And my favorite was the more firm one, which was the green one. But they both tasted really good. The kids loved them. My husband loved them. And here is the finished product. And I'm going to bite into it just to show you the thickness of it and to show you how gummy-like they are. And it's one of my favorite snacks. Okay, goodies, now let's make some cookies. That rhymes, yeah. But yeah, I had a whole stick of butter there, which is about a 1/2 cup of butter to get it to room temperature. Then I added a 1/2 cup of sweetener. Again, I use Swerve, and then I incorporated that as much as I can. Then I added my first egg. You know, I love to use brown eggs, but with the current conditions that we're in, I can only find white. So yeah, I added 1 egg, and then I incorporated that as much as I could. Mix it up real good, just to make sure that, you know, you're breaking up that yolk and you're getting everything unified, getting it to one equal consistency. Then we're going to go ahead now and add our second egg, and we're going to mix that up as much as possible. Again, you want to make sure that you're getting everything mixed up and to one consistency as best you can. Now I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt, and then I'm going to add a cup of almond flour. All together, I'm going to add 2.5 cups of almond flour, but I decided to add 1 cup first, then to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I'm going to add my remainder of my almond flour on top of that and mix this all together. Before we start mixing, I'm going to add my favorite vanilla extract, that Mexican Molina blend. And I'm also going to add some almond extract, about a teaspoon of that. The almond extract is totally optional, but you definitely want to add the vanilla extract. Now I'm going to add some keto-friendly chocolate chips. If you would like a suggestion for chocolate chips that you can use, I'll leave a link below. So now let's go on and build our cookies. So again, I'm using the ice cream scoop to get the perfect amount of cookie dough to build our cookies. And I'm going to use the back of the ice cream scoop to pat it down. But you're going to see I switch over to using a spoon because with the dough on the ice cream scoop, it was just sticking to it and not working. So I use a separate spoon to pat it down just enough. Don't make it flat. Just, you know, make it into a circular shape that you want your cookies to be in, with about 1 inch of thickness. And there goes the beginning of our cookie formation. And I'll come back when I have them all spread out. So here they go, all spread out, a couple inches apart. You don't want them sticking to each other. And I was feeling creative. I had some walnuts in my pantry, so I added some walnuts to some of them, and I left the others with just the chocolate chips. And you see I have a little bit of dough left, and I'm going to add something special to those after I put this batch in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and fill some of these with walnuts, and then I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Everybody's oven works differently, so just keep a watch on them so that they don't burn. When you see them browning up, you take them out the oven. So yes, let's add them to the oven for about 15 minutes. And here I'm going to add some unsweetened coconut flakes to the cookie dough that we had left. You know, I was feeling frisky, wanted to get creative, so I added those coconut flakes, about a tablespoon of that, and I mixed it all up, and those came out really well. They tasted really good with the chocolate chips and the coconut. It all tasted really good. So you definitely want to try this recipe out too. And please let me know in the comments below if you try out these recipes. I want to know how it's going for you, or if these videos are helping. And if these videos are helping, please go ahead and click that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.